Yo, what is up guys, it's Space here, and today I'm going to show you how you can create some really awesome graffiti text without having to go through the effort of drawing on paper, and especially if you aren't possible at doing that kind of stuff, which I'm certainly not. So this is a really good alternative and a hell of a lot quicker as well. So you need two programs, is Photoshop and Cinema 4D, and also one font which is RAS1 Original, which will be in the description for you to download. So but first, this is a nice add-on that I use in my graffiti text. So you're going to need Photoshop for this, so you're going to go File, New, and then just create just a 500 by 500, and we're going to create like an arrow which we will then put into Cinema 4D and get it coming out the text, which gives it a really good look. So using the pen tool, making sure you have the settings up like it is here on the layer, just click somewhere, so start off, then hold shift and do it somewhere in a straight line. Then I like to do sort of like a curve on the stem of the arrow. So what you can do is click somewhere and then drag, so you create a curve in the line. You then have to go and hold Alt and click on the square to get rid of that line, because therefore it will go off. The line will start again from this point instead of that point. So after you've done that, you want to click off to the right, hold shift, so you get a straight line, probably a little bit further out than that, about there is good. Then you want to come up somewhere in the center and then drag, so you get a nice curve. Then come somewhere out to the top left and then have a curve as well. You can see that's not very straight, so just have to redo that. I'm just doing this pretty quickly here, but with yours should be pretty dead on, because I'm just rushing it. And there you go, that is pretty much your arrow. It can look something like that. You can have more curve on the stem of it, or maybe like a more pointed end, but I prefer sort of the curved top. Now to save this, it will appear in path, so what you're going to want to do is go File, Export, Path to Illustrator, Path to Work Path, OK. Right, so after you've saved this path, we're going to go into Cinema 4D and just align up your project like this, and then we're going to go change the settings. So we're going to want to put the output to at least 800 by 600, or if you want to have the text slightly bigger, maybe choose like 1280 by 720, but it's completely up to you. Then you don't want to save the format as PNG, then the alpha channel ticked, because therefore you will not get the black background and you'll just have just the text and nothing else. So when you go and use this graffiti text in the background, for example, you don't have to muck around getting rid of the background, which gets pretty annoying. So now you're going to want to go into your effects tab and get ambient occlusion and global illumination. On the global illumination, the only thing you're going to have to change... Oh, shut up. The only thing you're going to want to change is to IR plus QMP still image, and that's all you need to do. So that's all your settings done. Now let's go MoGraft, MoText, align this up to the center, and just put in the text that you want. So I'm going to put space, put the depth to maybe about 60 to 80, and go to font, and this is the text which will be in the description for you to download. Now you have that there. I now like to just do some lighting. So I have the Graffiti Gorilla light kit, and I just use 3 softboxes, which I find quite effective. So there we go, and always have 3 in a row. So what I like to do, I like to have one over to the left at roughly 800 centimeters, and then the other at 800 centimeters away as well. And then I rotate the 2 side ones to 20%. And then finally I bring them all forward, probably about 180. Now we have your text like this. We're going to want to make this editable by either pressing C or this button here. And to make it easier, I just drag it outside and delete this. So you can use the rotate tool and just like make the text look slightly different by rotating and pushing things forward, so you get that different look that Graffiti always has. It's completely up to you. You don't have to copy what I'm doing, just have something which feels right for you. I would take a lot more time over this, but I'm just trying to do this vaguely quickly for the purpose of the tutorial. Then if your letters are vaguely out of shape or out of line, you can just put them close together. Just take as long as you want. Just get something which looks right and looks good. That's the most important thing. And if we just render this out quickly, and this will take slightly longer because you have the ambient occlusion and the global illumination settings on, so just give it a minute. And there we go. See, it's nicely lit up by the 3 soft boxes. And now it's time to add some materials in. I'm going to pick a red, then tick off specular because that's just useless. I don't use it. Then tick the luminance, and I like to add that to maybe about 5%. Then the reflection to roughly 22 to 30%. 20, yeah. And then maybe the Fresnel slightly higher, and there you go. Then just add these three on. Now in comes the arrow we just draw in Photoshop, and I've saved mine here. So what we do is drag into your Cinema 4D project and just make sure these settings are the same as mine, then press OK, and it will come up in a separate window. But all you want to do is just click on the null object and hold Control C to copy it, and go Window and your project here, which is Untitled 1 on mine, and then just paste it in here and you'll have this. Then you're going to want to extrude your arrow like this. After you've done that, you want to just add the red texture, or the text you have on your text here, and then position it to where you want in your project. And then copy that so you have another one, and then rotate 180 degrees so you have it going on the other side. And then just reposition that, maybe rotate it to how you want, since it is your text. Maybe about there. That's good. And this is what it's like at the moment. Now one last touch I like to do is just copy this space text, then rotate the second copy of space 180 degrees, then drag it behind, and then pull it back roughly 100. No, probably about 50 to 60, depending on how large your text is. And then just remove the material and add in a black. So go to black, a little bit of luminance, 5%, take off specular, reflection of 22, and for now 25, and then just add that in. And run this out. And here we go. Don't worry if the render time is quite a while, and don't worry if you don't get the full effect of the black text out of the back, because obviously you got the black background on the preview here, but as soon as you render it you'll be able to see it very well. And if you want to just adjust this quickly, maybe you might want to bring this upwards so you get a bit more of the black text behind it coming up above. That's also quite nice. And that is pretty much it. I hope you guys all enjoyed this tutorial, and check the description for the font, and thanks for watching, and make sure you like the video.